Welcome back to RoadRunner Raceway. Today we're going to be doing a special race in memorial of Peter B, but don't worry, he didn't die. He just left the diecast racing community for a little bit as he goes back to doing his music videos. Peter B's story is a really cool one, and I would go and check out his diecast racing channel. He just stops doing the races though, and he'll go back to doing music reactions. But I thought I'd put this together as a little tribute to him. Peter B's racing channel was always full of honesty and loyalty from his viewers, so you guys can pick whichever car you like. We're not doing this for points or anything, and just have fun watching them race. Our four contestants today are Dallas, Triumph, Mach Speeder, and Stingray. Go ahead, pick one of them and see if they win. Our first matchup is Dallas versus Stingray. Looks like Stingray gets an early lead as they go down the mountain, and Stingray rips around the corners and will finish. So he will win the first round. Next up we have Triumph versus Mach Speeder. Triumph gets an early lead. Oh, and he flies off the track as Mach Speeder whips around the last corners and flips over. Stingray and Mach Speeder jump out to a one-game lead after the first round. We now have Mach Speeder taking on Stingray. Who will take the lead? Looks like it's Mach Speeder who comes out in front, and he is leading Stingray down the straightaway, and Mach Speeder will win. Now we have Triumph taking on Dallas. Triumph pulls out in front again. Can he keep his car straight this time? Looks like he's handling it pretty well. And Triumph will win. The Mach Speeder is undefeated after 2 rounds. Let's head into round 3. We now have the 1-1 Triumph take on the 1-1 Stingray. Oh, and they both skid to a halt. That means neither of them will collect a point. Now we have the 0-2 Dallas take on the 2-0 Mach Speeder. And Dallas is out to an early lead. He's holding it over the Mach Speeder. The Mach Speeder is trying to find his way around, but Dallas spins around. Since Dallas made it to that final section of track, he will get a point for the win. The Mach Speeder is still in first, but Dallas is coming back with that tie between the Stingray and the Triumph. The 1-1 Stingray will now take on the 1-2 Dallas. Stingray gets out to an early lead, and he's handling these curves with ease. It looks like Stingray will win and advance to 2-1. Now the Mach Speeder will take on Triumph. And the Mach Speeder is showing that speed as he whips around these curves. And the Mach Speeder will win his race. That means that the Mach Speeder and the Stingray will pull away once again. Here in round 5, our two leaders will clash. Looks like the Mach Speeder... No! It's Stingray who's out in front, and Stingray will... Yes, Stingray will take this win. Now we have Dallas taking on Triumph. And it looks like Triumph pulled out in front but then fell off, and Dallas, who is the slow but steady car, will take this one. The Stingray now is in first by a very slim margin over the Mach Speeder. If he can win his last race, he will be our Peter B champion. Our first race is the Mach Speeder versus Dallas. The Mach Speeder wants the win here so he can catch this Stingray. The Mach Speeder is out in the lead over the slow and steady Dallas, and the Mach Speeder will win. Dallas pulls up just a tad short of the finish line. Now for the big race, we have the Stingray taking on the Triumph. Looks like Stingray is out in front. Triumph is trying to pass him. Oh, but it looks like the Triumph crashes and Stingray does not finish. That means that the Mach Speeder will be our Peter B champion racer with a record of 4-2. Thank you to everybody who watched this, but also thank you to Peter B for being so kind and honest with his daily diecast racing. Thank you for watching RoadRunner Raceway!